You are listening to RetroLovers Radio, your go-to broadcast for positive nostalgia.
What a wonderful night. You're listening to RetroLovers Radio, a space for music, memories, and for positive nostalgia. Tonight we are stepping back into a moment in time when a single album didn't just produce hits, but defined an entire year. In the 80s, albums mattered. They weren't just collections of songs, they were events. One album could dominate the radio, could shape fashion, could influence how a year felt. And some albums became inseparable from the year they were released. Let's start with the obvious one. Thriller, released in November 1982. Produced by Quincy Jones, this album didn't just define a year, it defined a decade. In 1983, Thriller was everywhere. On the radio, on MTV, the schoolyards, living rooms, at work, and in any forbidden place, wherever. Songs like Billie Jean's Beat It, Thriller weren't just hits, they became part of daily life. Another album that owned its year was Purple Rain. Released in 1984, it wasn't just music. It was a movie, it was a look, an attitude. Prince blended rock with funk, with pop, with emotions. Songs like When Doves Cry or Purple Rain define how 1984 sounded and felt. That same year, Bruce Springsteen released Born in the USA, an album full of contrast, big anthems, serious stories, tracks like Dancing in the Dark or Glory Days played everywhere, from radios to stadiums. For many people, this album was 1984. But why an album define a year? Well, because it becomes the background of daily life. It becomes the sound of routines. It becomes the music tied to certain memories. You don't just remember the song. You remember where you were, who you were with, what life felt like in that moment. So albums hit differently depending on when they arrive. Whether it's the right sound, the right moment, right mood, and suddenly a whole year carries that soundtrack forever. And if you love revisiting these moments, remember that Retro Lovers Radio is live every week. Every Friday night, the 90s Lover Show goes live, and every Saturday night, the 80s Lover Show, both at 7 p.m. Eastern, on our YouTube channel and simultaneously on Kick. After YouTube, for around 19 minutes to 2 hours, the show continues entirely on Kick for another 2 or 3 additional hours, with full video clips, your live request, your audio messages with comments, and even phone calls with me about the songs or about life. So keep an eye on the YouTube channel and Kick channel and click on to the notification bell so that you can join us every Friday and Saturdays. And if you feel like sharing these memories and comments with another like-minded community of crazy maniacs like myself and many more, feel free to join our public Facebook group. You can find us on by searching RetroLovers Radio 80s 90s nostalgia. So some albums don't age. They become time capsules. Years later, you play one song, and the entire year comes rushing back, right? That's the power of music. So before we go, let me ask you, which 80s album defines a whole year for you? Tell me in the comments, on the comment section, on YouTube comment section, and share that memory tied to it. So thanks for being here on another episode. I really appreciate it. Remember to take care of your loved ones and remember what's important in your life. All the rest is secondary. I'm Mick, and this was Retro Lovers Radio.